From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, April 27th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.51 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,317 per ounce. Zen Cash is trading at $39, and the average price of Bitcoin is $9,195. Antiwar.com reports something truly historic has begun Friday morning in the truce village of Panmunjom in the Korean demilitarized zone. The leaders of the two Koreas, Kim Jong-un and Moon Jae-in, met in the morning to start a much-anticipated summit. The two cordially greeted one another with a handshake, and holding hands, Kim led Moon across the demarcation line within the summit building, crossing into North Korea, then returning back to the southern side for the talks. Ceremonies and talks are planned throughout the day, with everything planned down to the minute. The visit marks the first time a North Korean leader has ever entered South Korea. Months of feverish diplomatic efforts have brought decades of acrimony to a virtual halt and made these talks possible. From talks surrounding the Winter Olympics, a lot has happened. North Korea managed to secure summits with both South Korea and the United States, has hosted a sizable South Korean delegation in Pyongyang, and made substantial confidence-building measures. Only so much can be accomplished in a single day, though, but the possibilities are promising. All signs are that quite a bit can be accomplished, with expectations that the groundwork is being laid for a deal to end the Korean War, which officially began in 1950. Beyond that, South Korea is also hoping to get the ball rolling on denuclearization and a deal between the North and the United States. For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports Alabama opened the nation's first memorial to the victims of lynchings in the United States on Thursday. Brian Stevenson, founder of the Equal Justice Initiative, conceived the idea for the National Memorial for Peace and Justice as a result of researching thousands of racial terror lynchings in the American South, many of which have never been documented. The 6-acre site in Montgomery, Alabama includes a memorial square with 800 6-foot Corten steel monuments meant to represent the victims of lynching. Stevenson told NPR he was inspired by the Holocaust Memorial in Berlin and the Apartheid Museum in Johannesburg, and wanted to capture the brutality of the killings of black people in the Jim Crow South. Stevenson said they lifted these bodies up as a statement to the entire African American community. They wanted to lift up this violence, this terror, this tragedy for others to see. Each of the steel columns is separated by county and includes the name of each person who was killed there, and another exhibit features bell jars filled with dirt from the sites of each lynching and also bearing the names of those killed. In 2115 New England, there are no borders, no states, and no regulations, yet never has a more peaceful and prosperous place existed. But Mr. Drake's security company has seen better days. Faced with the prospect of waning power, Mr. Drake intends to replace the anarchy of New England with a government. But at what cost? Will anybody care? And can anyone stop him? Anarchy in New England by Joe Jarvis is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports comedian Bill Cosby was convicted on Thursday of drugging and sexually assaulting a one-time friend in 2004, marking the first such conviction of a celebrity since the #MeToo movement that has brought down rich and powerful men for their treatment of women. Cosby, best known as the lovable father from the 1980s TV hit show The Cosby Show, faces up to 10 years in prison for each of 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault against Andrea Constand following a 3-week trial at the Montgomery County Courthouse in Norristown, Pennsylvania. After maintaining decorum throughout the trial, Cosby exploded following the verdict when prosecutors asked the judge to take him into custody, saying he was a flight risk in part because he owned a plane. District Attorney Kevin Still later remarked that with the outburst, you get to see who he really was. As the verdict was read, Cosby looked down with a sad expression. Lily Bernard, one of the many accusers, began sobbing. Constand sat stone-faced. Judge Stephen O'Neill ruled Cosby could remain out of jail on $1 million bail, pending sentencing at a later date, as long as he surrendered his passport and remained at home. Cosby then left the courthouse with his lawyers and publicist. Sentencing is expected within 60 to 90 days after Cosby submits to a sexually violent predator assessment. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.